Hi, I'm Noelle and I'd love to show you our plans here in our apartment in Amsterdam. It is right now February 2023, almost March. Tomorrow it will be March 1st, and we have collected these plants over a large amount of time. Not that large in the grand scheme of things, but I started getting into plants in 2018, 2019 when I still lived in my student housing. And we moved in together in October 2021 in this apartment. So a few of these I've had for a few years, honestly not that many. A lot of them got lost along the way. Student life is a bit hectic, and most of them we got together. And these are little plant babies. And I'd love to tell you the stories that are attached to all of them. They all have a separate story. And I hope you enjoy. Let's go in. So this is the bedroom officially. Here we have a huge Chevlera. I love this plant so much. We got it when it was like half the size. It already had 3 branches. Would you already call them branches? I don't know. Let's say 3 plants in this case in one pot, and it has grown so much. I think like originally it must have been like here. So yeah, that's like a huge bit, and same for these 2 branches. Here we have a ficus, a rubber tree. Also came already with 3 branches. Before we had it in the living room, and it just didn't look that nice, and it made me realize how much placement of a plant makes a difference. I'm still not like in love with it, but it's quite nice, you know, in this spot. So yes. And then here, oh, you're not gonna be able to see that. We got a nice syngonium here. I think this is a variety that even when they're still young, it already splits off. When we first got it, it was not in a good shape. Quite quickly, I think it caught bugs, and we put it on this balcony here, like last summer, I think. And it started growing. And at the end of the summer, we brought it in, and now it's beautiful and happy, I think. It's been growing quite a lot, so yeah, I think this is a perfect spot for syngoniums for some reason. Not too much sun. It's actually, this is like next to the office, it's like northeastern window. Then here we have Philodendron Brazil. It's been growing quite a lot. We've had it now for like a year, I think. Yeah, maybe a bit more. Before it was under grow lights, and we wanted some plants in this room. We don't have this heater on that often, so I think that's why it's okay. Might be too warm next to it if we would have it on very often. And this is another Philodendron lemon lime. Not a Philodendron, Epiprenum pothos. Kind of same story as the Brazil, Philodendron Brazil. Here we have one of my first plants. It's obviously a snake plant. When I first started getting into plants, I went to like this local plant shop in Rotterdam, and I asked them, okay, so what's an easy plant? And obviously like easy depends a lot on the person, like it's very individual, but I think that person assumed that I meant like less care, like low maintenance, which snake plants obviously are, but honestly I'm not sure if I would agree. Like I really like focal plants that I can like see if they're doing okay, but it's still alive. I don't water it often, like at all, maybe once per month, once per 2 months, and still alive. Probably could be more, could thrive in like bit better conditions, but it's okay. It has actually grown, I think like before it might have been this height, so yeah, definitely grew a bit over the past 3 years, I guess. Oh well. Here's another Syngonium. I love this one so much. I also love the pots. This is one of those pots that like has the like, what would you call that, plate? I don't know, like the plate underneath it, like attached. And we found this for free, like here in like the book library where people also put stuff here in the street. Yeah, I'm so happy. Like, it's perfect for plants that need a lot of humidity, and it looks really cute. And this one also has been loving this room. Like, again, not that highlight at all, no direct light. Maybe like in the summer, like once the sun like kind of like starts going more towards this direction because of the long days, it might have some direct light, but most of the time it doesn't. Yeah, and also during the winter it has been growing actually, so I don't know what is up, but I think it's pretty happy. Might have to check the roots soonish, like for spring, to see if it's still having enough space in there, but right now it's okay. And then we have this massive Monstera. Realistically, it would make sense to probably like split it up. Like, there's a lot going on in this pot. How much? 26 centimeters. This pot is 26 centimeters, so yeah. Like, there's some nice big leaves. That's dust that I've been trying to get off, but apparently didn't do a great job. Nice big leaves, not huge. But yeah, I have pretty small hands, so that's not that representative, but yeah, there's some nice ones. It actually started growing really well when we had a grow light on it, like last winter, not the past one, but 2021, 2022. Might have also burned a bit from that, but that grow light stopped working. So, oh well. This little stand, by the way, we also found for free next to the trash. Amsterdam is weird and people just leave stuff out, even though it's still really pretty. So, yeah, but we're looking for grabbing them, I guess, and having them now. And then here we have beautiful alocasia. I think it's probably not having enough light here, but yeah, it's okay. It still has grown, like, I think these two new leaves last year. Before it was actually here, like next to Chevrolet, it was like moved up a bit. We changed this room like a bunch. It was like here. So quite similar light conditions. And I mean, it's not dying. It did have bugs like past months. I think it's okay now. But yeah, you can see, for example, here, like I definitely damaged it. I'm still not, I don't remember what it was, but yeah. No, okay, so that's just like water residue. But yeah, so this is the room. Yeah, great, like backlight, love it. And then here we have our living room. It's a bit messy, but that's okay. There's a shirt on a lamp to dry. So, just to give a general overview, that's southwestern window. So like that area gets quite a lot of light, but it's quite deep, like a lot of Amsterdam apartments are. So this area is really dark, and at some point we came up with a solution to just like grab some grow lights and have them in this area, so we also have nice lights, so we don't have to have the lights on during the day. And these are really nice lights. These are from Amazon US actually, and I usually really prefer to not order from there, but there's not that many options in the Netherlands, like honestly, that are like still affordable and also like suited our requirements. So yeah. Here we have oh, and these are like IKEA shelves that we got secondhand. They're like the stainless steel ones, I think. I don't think they sell them anymore, so one more reason to get secondhand, but also just because. And yeah, I'm still not fully convinced whether I like the look, but they're super functional, and it's also nice that like the lights still go through, like if it doesn't hit the plants above, then the plants below get a little bit more light. But yeah, I'm not sure if we would ever move, then I'm not sure if I want to take them again for this purpose, but for now it's great. So this shelf is a bit of a morgue, a bit of an explanation. So most of these cuttings here, oh, it was zoomed in a bit, no. Most of these cuttings here we actually got in the garden center where they were on the ground, and we just picked them up and potted them up in like jars for like water propagations. I think here we did some with moss. I haven't been watering that well because at some point, like, this is the lid obviously, and it just went like it pushed off the lid, so that's how much they grew. But then humidity doesn't like stay constant, so yeah, I mean they're still alive, but this has grown over like a year, 1.5, like 14 months maybe. I don't know, we did it like last winter. But yeah, that's kind of the story of all of these. They're not like plants I'm like super passionate about. But yeah, it has been a fun experiment. Like these, I think peperomia, they've actually been growing quite well. Like even started making some flowers. Spider plant, some scindapsus, some more lemon pothos. These were conscious cuttings. Here we have the, for the life of me I can't think of the name. Anyway, the pretty velvety plant. I'll insert it if I when I edit. Not gonna lie, they're not doing great, I think, but like before we had them in water and I wanted them to acclimate to the soil before putting them up with the mother plant. So hopefully that will all go well. I mean, it's like growing a bit here and here. So hopefully that works. Here we have like similar situation with Brazils and Scindapsus exotica, which is like the mother plant is here, but let's not get distracted. So I had this beautiful Silver Glory Chain of Hearts. Like I love that one so much, but it had mealybugs at some point, and before that and I still have it, but it's not in its former glory. Before that I already took cuttings and like did the butterfly propagation method. And I still have some here actually, because I did a bunch, because it grew so much for me that I would just like cut up. Here you go. I hope it's still okay. It grew so much for me, like it literally was on the floor. So I decided to do it, and then like a few weeks ago we actually put it up in a pot, like with the moss, just on soil. Yeah, still wet. And it's already been growing, like all these like longer branches where it's going over the edge. That's actually new growth, like already. I mean, it's pretty close to the light, so, and the grass also clearly loves it. We don't use sphagnum moss. We use like moss from the garden center that I think they get like locally here in the Netherlands. So yeah, there's some other bits and things in it, but yeah. So similar situation here. A lot of it is dry. Let's just skip that. And there's also a similar situation with the string of pearls, where I had a really long and beautiful plant, and it got mealybugs. They were like next to each other, and before I already took cuttings. So I'm meaning to like either put up this one, should have another one. No, that's moss. Huh, I don't know where the other one is, but should have two. And oh, here beneath this one there. And then hopefully I'll get like pretty long plants again. So underneath all those cuttings we have like bigger plants. Here we have a bunch of croton. Croton are plants that both and my partner love. They're so pretty. I already had this one before we moved to Amsterdam. And at some point, what was up with it? Oh yeah, it started becoming like quite long, and I wanted to see if we could like make it branch out a bit so like it becomes bushier, because we got that one at some point, and that one, like they did that already in the nursery, and it looks like really nice and full, you know, not just like one branch. And it was really scary because I love this plant so much, but I did it. And that's this. I can maybe insert some pictures of like what it looked like before, and it has already grown so much. They really love these grow lights. And these, they're I think the Excellence variety. We got them in a nursery like after we moved here. And although I love them, I do feel like they're more prone to pests. I don't know if it's like the nursery where they grew or just the variety. Like I feel like the leaves are a lot thinner than like these ones. These are like very thick and sturdy, and these are a bit more like floppy. Like also like regardless of whether they've been ordered recently. But yeah, like they're really pretty. Like it looks so nice. It seems like it needs water, but maybe it's too close to the light. I don't know. So yeah, I'm contemplating whether I want to keep these two. Because yeah, if they just attract pests which can then go to other plants, it's not great. Like I think the last one was spider mites. Like you can see a bit of damage, for example, on this leaf. So yeah, that's something to consider soon. So like I said, here is the Scindapsus exotica. I love this one so much. I'm not sure if it loves the grow light. To be quite honest, might have to move it to a lower light condition. It has grown, but I feel like it isn't growing as fast as it could, and also like you can definitely see some like yellowing, and yeah. Oh, look at this variegation. Looks so pretty. This doesn't really look like exotic variegation, but exotica. But yeah, like this one. Then here we have some Rhabdophora tetrasperma cuttings from a big plant that we had, and I literally just sold it. And I got before selling it because it was on a pole, and it just past summer it grew so much, like it was all over the place. And so I decided to take some cuttings, and I'll show you in a bit the cuttings. That we actually already potted up. So we're gonna try to make it a trailing plant, and I think I like it better that way because it is a really gorgeous plant, just better trailing in my opinion. I don't really like climbing plants that much, to be quite honest. And this is a Tradescantia pallida, I think that's how you pronounce it. I originally got it from like cuttings from, oh nice, from like a rescue place, basically, like kind of like a plant library, like randomly. And it's not that dark here right now. This is like not the dark purple one, this is like the like green with purple variety. And it was super struggly, and then after like trying a few times, I just got everything up, water propagated it, and then potted it again. And this was actually the plant that I got everything off of and then put it under the grow light, and you can see like the old branches like here. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if there's another one I can show. Well, yeah, so like it's really thin. And then suddenly it started like branching, like these thick branches, and like branching like little pops all over the branches. And it has just been growing so much, and it's so beautiful and like so lush. I love it so much. And obviously it's been growing this way as well, like not even further down because of the shelf, but that's okay. So yeah, this really feels like a decoration piece. Like might have to find a new place for it where it can really shine, but it also really loves the grow light, so yeah. Let's see. And then here is a prop box, and in the beginning it worked great, and then at some point we kind of got like overwhelmed by everything and it started growing out of control. But there's like, the plants are still alive. It's just like there's probably a lot of like molding. Well, you can even see like aerial roots here on that paparum. Can you see that? Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, there's some fun stuff going on here. Probably need to figure it out soon. It's been like this for months, so it's probably okay. But yeah, that's been fun. Just it was a fun experiment and it actually worked really well, so yay. But might have to take some things out if we want to use it again. And then here we have, it's like, honestly it's not doing it justice, but it's such a gorgeous plant. A huge, I think it's in English called Christmas cactus. It's the one that doesn't have like spiky ones. Oh, this needs water. Just like with the soft edges, and it's, again, we picked it up from the street. People also leave huge plants out on the street next to the trash, and I think my partner found it and like called me and he was like, Noelle, there's a huge plant. And I'm like, okay. And I like came to look, I was like, okay, we're bringing this in, like obviously. And that was like past summer, I think, and we had it on the balcony the whole summer. And then in the fall we brought it in, and or I think it was, yeah, like it already was a bit colder. And then suddenly, like a month or 2 months ago now, it started blooming. Like first here because like next to the lights, and the blooms are so pretty. I'm not usually like really into blooms, but this was so rewarding. Like we saved this plant and it's so big and gorgeous and it bloomed for us and it just makes me so happy. But yeah, oh, this definitely needs water. I'm gonna give it a good soak after this. But yeah, it's huge. I hope you can like see the scale of it, because yeah. And it was already in the spot as well. Like I hope it will be okay. It doesn't have a drainage hole. So I've been trying to be a bit careful with like the water. But yeah, like it has these like thick branches, so they must also be storing quite some water. Like they're so thick. It's beautiful. So yeah, I love this plant, and this was also a little closet thing that we picked up from the street, cleaned up, and now we have a vintage. Like it's definitely vintage. Like it's made really nicely. Stand that is multifunctional. Then here we have, this is like next to our front door. We have another Chevrolet that we picked up from the street. Don't love this plant, but it's surviving. Like honestly, like it's been okay. It hasn't been growing much, but it's like nice to have a plant here, and nothing else basically survives here, so it's good. Like it had a few branches here, and then I think some of them must have died off, but there's at least 3 now. And it's nice just to have it here. Probably you won't like put in effort to yeah, like bring it to a next apartment or something, but it's nice to have it here. And then these are plants that we want to get rid of. I really tried with calatheas. I had a beautiful calathea, White Star, I think it's believed, and that definitely got spider mites, and it was super finicky, and then just out of like panic I let it die off. And kind of similar to that, this was the same. I don't know where I stopped. My camera automatically stopped recording, but yeah, so we have a calathea worcesteri, and beautiful, but it attracts pests, and it did it multiple times. We actually cut it down and it grew again, and that was like super rewarding to see. But yeah, we're definitely neglecting it now. Want to give it away. And then this avocado tree, that's like, it's not a tree, but it's definitely like big for avocado plants. But leaves have just been falling off, and it's annoying, and we don't get that much reward like from it anymore, so you know, it is what it is. Hopefully someone else wants to like grow it like bushy again, but no one so far has wanted to pick it up, so yes. So this is the office. These are mostly my partner's plants. We have lemon lime pothos here. It's pretty long. I don't think it grew that much since we got it, because this room doesn't get that much light, but it's okay, they're pretty easy. And the staghorn fern, same with this one. It's still alive. I hope it's okay. It's not really under my care. A random succulent. We had a bunch more plants here, but they all kind of died off. It's also quite cold here. We don't really put the heater on in this room, especially during the past winter. And then we have this really long pothos that is very much in need of a drink. And it has some, I think it has mealybugs, but again, not really my care, so it's okay, it's okay. They'll be fine. Pothos are quite easy. Yes. And this is, what is it? I think it's a northwestern window. Like you can see like this, it's around like 1 right now, and the sun is on those houses on the opposite side. Doesn't really get direct sun here, sometimes reflections from the windows and stuff. So yes, that's the office. Then we go here. These are our moss balls in a bit dirty water because life. And these were the first plants that we bought after we moved in. These are our moss babies, moss ball babies. It's really dirty. But yeah, we have like 3 bigger ones and 4 smaller ones, and they're really cute, and they have actually been growing. So it's like quite rewarding and nice. So yeah. And then our philodendron xanadu that we also have with a grow light. It's not the most aesthetic, but it definitely works. Like it grows dorsal-light, and it has been growing like bigger and bigger leaves. I cleaned it this morning because it has aphids and all the new leaves have been attacked with it, so it's a bit sad. Let me see. This is the biggest leaf, I think, potentially. Yes. Quite big. It's getting bigger. It's nice. Like those bigger ones as well. Oh, maybe, nah. Yeah, I think this might be the biggest one. And you can see it also here, like it's getting a bit higher. We got it when it was like this big, so like some of these leaves, these must be like original leaves, like this is how big they are originally. And they're still on there, so I think that also means like it is like quite happy. It definitely is also because of the light. But yeah, it definitely needs to be repotted, I think, at this point. And oh, you can see it here quite well. Yeah, like the xanadus get like these beautiful stems when the leaves start, like the older leaves get off. So yeah, love this plant. Hope to grow it big and healthy, but definitely repotting is not needed. Because like, yeah, we got it when it was like half the size of this in the same pot. Then here we have our plant table. That's originally a dining table, but we eat on the floor. So yeah, this has now gotten a new function. And we have our little ficus. I think it's a Tineke in Dutch. Although it does have a bit of a rose on the back, so yeah, I'm not sure. It kind of depends on the leaf, how pink it is on the back. Either way, I love it. It's so cute. Probably needs more light, so I might move it over a bit more to that side. But it's a bit like crowded, like over next to the window, so we'll see. Then we have the mother plant that I was talking about before, and philodendron. Yeah. Can't think of it. This sucks. Well, I love this plant, but it's not been that happy with me. So lately I've been putting in more effort to make sure that it's happy and growing. And I think like it's also getting a bit darker, so I think that's a good sign. Like it was before, where was it before? I think it was in like kind of like this area. So it was getting a bit more light than it is here. And I've been looking at the watering a lot more intentionally because it is in a terracotta, and this plant likes to have like to not really get too dry, and I tend to be underwater because I really don't want root rot, and we live in a humid climate and not tropical at all, but it's definitely humid all year round, so yeah, that's definitely a concern. But yeah, I've been making sure that it's like yeah, no, not there yet. That it's like not getting too dry, or at least not stay dry for too long. Then we have one of my pride and joys, Lutetia discolor. I love these tropical orchids, and they were quite hard to come by. I picked this up because someone didn't figure out how to take care of it, and she just gave it away for free. And it's also been a bit of a struggle, but lately I feel like there's a lot more information about how to take care of it well, and it's basically just like any other like aeroid, or just like make sure you have airy soil, and humidity is not that big of a concern, honestly, and then just yeah, water it like frequently enough that it doesn't dry out too much. Seems fair enough. So yeah, it's in quite an area mix with a lot of I'm having a brain fart. I don't know what kind of day it is, but the white volcanic bits, the super okay, well bye. The white bits to make it more airy. Anyway, so yeah, and that's been going quite okay, I think. So let's see. They are selling it now at the Intratuin here. I think it was 10 euros for like same pot but then full, so if I get too impatient we might get one. We already discussed it. Then here we have some ZZ ravens that got root rot, and been trying to save it, and it's been a bit hard, but let's see. It's water propagating right now. Then here we have one of my loves, my peace lily. I love peace lilies so much. I feel like they give kind of this like art deco feel to a house, and I really want to get a peace lily sensation, a big one. Yeah, I just love them so much. Like sometimes you can't explain why you love a plant, but definitely love it a lot. And it's in one of those spots like the syngonium in the bedroom. Like it's also in that kind of pot where it has like the plate underneath it attached, and it's like very water retaining. It's like glossed over and stuff, so it's perfect for like plants that need a lot of like retaining water. And we just like water this when it's like drippy. And this was actually my second plant that I bought in that store, because I realized that I wanted a plant that was focal, and this is maybe one of the most focal plants ever, so that's also why I love it so much. And it has withstood the test of my underwatering time, and it's still here and growing, like even in winter, look. And I think it, yeah, like last summer I think it bloomed, which I don't really care about that much, but yeah, I think it's happy. Then we have a begonia, and I think it's the black jungle. We got it like for free in like a package of like a local plant web shop. And it's nice. I don't love it, so we might get rid of it. But it's grown quite well. Like, I don't know why, but it's not... usually begonias hate me. But this one has been quite okay. So it's... I guess it's quite drought resistant, like to a certain extent, obviously. But better than begonia I'm going to show you now. And that is the Maculata. Which I don't know why, but maculatas, they like will grow so quickly, new leaves, and then they will very quickly dry up and just break off and die. So I really want to try to make it work, and then hopefully when it's like full and stuff, like sell it for like a bit better price, and it feels like very rewarding to work on it. And I love the new leaves. I love the new leaves so much. Wait, how can I, like, yeah, look at that. It's so cute. But yeah. Oh, and this was another branch of the ZZ that has to kill us over because it was rotting at the part that I cut it off at. So I needed to make it shorter. But yeah, the leaves don't look too great, so I hope it will survive. We'll see. Then here we have two of the same type, and I cannot think of the name right now. I will put it in. And I don't think like seeing it like this does it justice. They're like honestly like really cute. Look at that, they're like little fireworks. I think it's like acacia. Yeah, they're like really cute. Like I never really hear people talk about them, and it does dry out quite a bit. If you don't keep an eye on it. Probably the terracotta doesn't help either. But yeah, like also the new leaves, they come in like so tiny and cute. But I think it's more the overall look that's like super fun for me. And then this is from the same genus, I think. And yeah, like it's definitely, I think it has a pest right now. I've been trying to figure it out. But yeah, it's really cute. I think it's like perfect like desk plant. Hasn't like grown that much, and it is like quite difficult to figure out when they need water. Like they need to stay like moist to a certain extent, but obviously like this one as well, like it has like thick branch, you know, like so thick base, so it's a bit difficult to know when they need it. And like I said, I really like focal plants, so it's a bit hard. So hopefully they will be okay. Then here we have a random little palm, which is okay as long as you keep it moist. And here we have my lemon lime cuttings. This is like the most I've spent on the plant. I mean, these are the cuttings from the mother plant. This is the most I've spent on the plant. I think at the time, like a year and a half ago, I spent like 25 euros. Like they're not readily available in the Netherlands at all, but they're starting to be. And in Intertuin right now you can buy like a full, like probably the same size pot for 12 euros, I think we saw. And I was really tempted because my mother plant is not doing well. So let's see. And then here we have the pink Maranta. I love Maranta so much. And it also had spider mites, so it's recovering. I cut off like a lot of the leaves here, but also have a lot of cuttings here from this plant that I'm gonna put in soon. Like it's been rooting. I'll show you. Yeah, you can see it's kind of, it's like a bit hard with this glass, but yeah, it's definitely rooting, and it's exciting. I love like especially the new leaves from Marantas. Let's see, like they're so pretty. So yes, like look at that. And sometimes they come in so dark, the new leaves. Also I have this super cute, like tiny leaf. I love it so much. Oh, so dark and pretty and shiny. And yeah, it's been like growing off of like the branches ever since like starting with the cuttings. So it's becoming more full at the top as well. So that's nice. Like these are also like new. So that's good. Like it's helping me out a bit with making it look pretty. Yeah, I love Marantas like so much. Then here we have a Hoya. I think this is the Crimson Princess, but also some people call like the princess, the Crimson. No, the Hoya carnosa tricolor, but I don't know. Like maybe it depends even on the continent you're on. And this one had like mealybugs for a while. I like kept a really good eye on it. And I might get rid of it because again, plant that attracts pests, I do not have space for it, and I don't love it that much. Like honestly, Parentis also attracts like spider mites, but I don't love the Hoya enough, I think, to warrant having to deal with that. And the same with these like tropical cacti. Here's the wavy one, and here's the one that gets like really pretty pink. when it has the right light. I have not been succeeding to get that, and that was honestly the thing that sold me on it when I first got it, and it looks so pretty. And now I'm kind of like meh. And I've been trying really like different like light conditions, but it's not enough. So yeah, probably will like get rid of these. And then here, let's see if we can get good lighting. Yeah, like this. Here we have a purple paletta, Transcentia paletta, and it's been growing so much. It's been growing so much. Like it was like until the brim, like full, but it was until like here. And in like the past year or so, there's a hair here. I don't know how that hair got there, but there's a hair here. It has been growing like this. It's been hanging here. So yeah. We like hang them on the curtain rails. It's been going fine so far. We don't have them in terracotta pots like the ones that hang from here. I mean, right now we only have one. But yeah, and these are like homemade plant hangers. And then I like put like a piece of like cotton in between yarn to make it low enough. And that's like perfect, like also here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, here. So yes, that's been working really well. Then here we have the string of hearts that I was talking about, the mother plant. Like it still has a rhizome, so I think like it's not all of them are active right now, but at least 2 of them are, and that already is like great news. I think this one might also want to start up again. I'm not super sure, like you can see something here. But it's slowly growing again, and I would be really happy if, yeah, if I can get this glorious silver glory to be healthy. And then here there's a variegated pink variegated string of hearts, which had a similar situation, honestly. Like again, they were like next to each other and it just caught on. And then here's the infamous string of pearls, which has been drying out a bit. But yeah, so like this is after cutting off, and it literally like has been growing ever since still. Like I don't know what's up with this plant, but I might just like cut these off and like really cut it off until the base, and then like maybe water propagate these. Like I haven't really done that before successfully, but I'll try. I might want to do that in a minute. So yeah, then here we have my, no, this was actually maybe my first houseplant. This is like the succulent. This is a succulent that my mom got me when I moved out. And it got like super leggy, and I was like, oh my god, what's happening to my succulent? And I cut it off, even though it like looked really cool, like it was like growing all over the place. And I don't fully remember what I did actually. Oh, I might actually be doing it again. Like look, like it's losing leaves. But yeah, like I lived in like a super like light intensive like southwest facing window. Like right now we have like a balcony between us and like the sun. You know what I mean? And like it loved this place. Like a lot of other plants didn't, but this one loved it. So yeah, same with the string of pearls. Like it loved that intense light. Like it grew so much. And then here we have a tiny orchid. It has, I think last year it bloomed again. Like I got it like 2 years ago. And last year it bloomed again. This year it hasn't. We haven't really been looking after it. I got it from my partner when we started dating. But yeah, it will be fine. It's still green. Orchids can survive a lot. And then here we have a Dracaena. And I think this is called a... It reminded me of the drink. I'll put it up again. Like it's the one with the... Let's see. It's like so pretty. Let's see if the light wants to work with me. Yeah, it has like the pink stripes. And when I first got it, it was like in like a box from that web shop as well. And it was like ones that were meeting like quality standards or something. So it was like really cheap for like 10 plants or something. And it was like till the soil. And that must be like free. Oh no, there's a mealybug. Oh no, there's a mealybug. I don't think you can see it. There we go. Oh my god, I literally took like a minute figuring that out. But yeah, there's a mealybug. Need to take that off. Oh no, there's more here. Let's see if it wants to. No. Hey, schatje. Hey. So we had a little intermezzo. Partner had to get lunch. I took away the mealybugs. I think it's okay now. It's really not great lighting, but yeah, it's like really pretty and it's grown so much. So that's very exciting. Then here we have some type of philodendron. I have no freaking clue. I think it had, might still have, trips. I need to treat it again. But it's, for some reason I love this plant and I don't want to throw it away. We literally got it for like €2 something on discount in the Albertijn, the main supermarket here. And I just really love the look of it, so let's try. Then here there's more of that Tradescantia pallida, but the one that's under the grow lights. These are the cuttings and they don't look as pretty as the main plant, or the other one actually. But you know what, it will be. Like the other one also looked like not good in the beginning, and I'm sure this one will be okay. Look, it already is like growing really nicely here in the corners. So yes. And then here we have a bunch of pancake plants, because even in like these ones there's tiny ones like always, like so many babies. Like there's literally like 2 bigger ones here and like 3 or 4 or 5 babies, I don't know. Same here, definitely need to be repotted. They want water so often. And this one is already potted up in a bigger pot. This is so useful. I'm like taking out leaves that otherwise I wouldn't spot. Yeah, and I love pancake plants. They're so easy, they're fun. I love kind of plants that look like they would grow on different planets, and this one definitely does, so yeah. Oh, and what I forgot is that here we have this huge pothos that was looking a bit sad on top, but it's been growing so long. It was already quite long when we got it, I think like till here maybe, that's why we put it here. And yeah, it's like growing so long. We could easily like do it along the wall, but we rent this place, so it's not ideal. And then here on the other side, so like here's the table, and here is another plant decoration shelf. Again, we got this from the trash. Clean it up. It's actually an IKEA one. It's the same one as we have here, but it's in black. And the people that owned it before, they put like these wooden planks on top of the like regular like shelving, and it's like hardwood and it's like stained and it looks quite nice, so quite like it. And this is Dracaena, and I really love this one. We like put it under that grow light over there and it burned, so it's still recovering. I'm hoping that we can like sell like those tropical cacti and then have space to put this one in the windowsill, because I think it will be a lot happier, and then we can grow it as big as the other Dracaena. And this one is like, I think I like this one more than the other one. So it would be great to figure out how to make this one thrive, and then at some point these will just like die off, right? So the burned leaves will be no more, hopefully. And then here is my Bovis Marble Queen. I love this plant so much, and it seems to love us as well. And it's now up to the ground, and it definitely needs to be repotted, because look at how tiny of a pot. It needs water so often, but it seems to be pretty okay with like my underwatering behavior. And it has one branch that is just like reverted, I think, but they're like quite long. Like they're pothos, but it's like a bit elongated pothos. Not sure what's up here. I've been dreaming about maybe like by accident making a new variety, but we'll see. Look, there's like this interesting variegation. Like there's not been variegation at all this whole branch, and then randomly there's like white. Wait, can you see? Like white on this leaf. Not even on the leaf itself, and then it just continued again. It's so fun. So yeah, I'm excited to like make this even fuller, and love it so much. And then here we have a bunch of fern. Fern are hard for an underwater, so like we made these trays with like pebbles, and definitely for a few weeks we didn't water the tray enough, so we need to take out the brown leaves. But honestly, for someone that killed already many ferns, I think we're doing great. And this definitely helps to like give it like water quite like over a longer amount of time, you know. Because it kind of sits in it. And even if people say like that it doesn't help for humidity, it helps for that. So I'm grateful for that. There's another one and another one. This one, it's very resilient. I'm not sure why, but it's... So yeah, I don't know why this plant is okay. Like it's definitely not great, but it's not that. And for fern, that's like a big deal, you know? It's so cute, and it's grown so long. Like it hasn't been in this exact spot. Like we got this like cabinet quite recently, like must be like 6 weeks ago. And before it was in, I think it was on this table. So I don't know why, but it's been okay. Then here we have a little cabinet in our kitchen. And let's start here. Here we have another cutting of the mystery plant that I can't think of the name. And it's full of flour because before it was on the counter and we made bread and flour got on it, but it's okay. So this is another one that I've been acclimating to soil. I would love to pot up with the mother plant, and it's been doing quite well. Like it's a bit older than the other cuttings, so it's a lot further along. Then here we have that pot full of Rapidophora tetrasperma cuttings that we potted up, and I think it's acclimating well. Like this might be even a new leaf, and it's quite exciting. Like it looks so cute. Look at these little leaves. And here's the mother plant of the lemon lime Marenta that I told you about before. It has seen better days. It definitely got a pest. I'm still not sure if it got over it, but it is growing like crazy still. So I just hope that it will like fill in with new pretty leaves and that the pest is gone. And then I can just pot it up with those like cuttings and have a really pretty full lemon lime Marenta again. And yeah, like you can see, like there's like 3 leaves here, another one here, like the new ones. I mean, like there's, oh, another one here. I don't know why, but Marentas love me and I love Marentas, and that's good. It's a great love story. I love it so much. I'm so happy that I have this plant now. Yeah, I'll shut up about it. But like, it's even this month. I just hope that I'll figure out a way to like make sure that it doesn't brown as much as it did. But it definitely was a pest. Like because like for the older leaves, it just only got like a bit like this. And now suddenly it's like on the beginning as well of the leaf. And yeah, maybe I need some fertilizer actually. Yeah, I'll play around in the spring because obviously I want this plant to be happy. Then here we have another Marenta, and this Marenta and we don't get along that well, but I think we're catching up where like our love story is getting, like it's kind of like slow burn kind of love story, because it is suddenly like growing a bunch, and there's this weird variety going on. I don't know what is up, but this one like branch, it started making these like super dark leaves, and it's so cool. And oh my god, it's okay, so I don't think it's as dark, but it kind of looks like there's this other variety that like comes in like quite dark. It's like called like brown something, I don't know. So maybe I'm actually making some new varieties over here. So let's hope it stays, because that's so fun to have like one branch with that kind of variegation on it.
So yes, and Jersey's like tiny, tiny, tiny leaves here. Like tiny. They're so cute. There's 2 of them. Like this one is even smaller. Oh, so cute. So now that it's filling in, like I think it also was just potted up in a way too big of a pot. Like we did it ourselves, not the nursery. So now it is filling in, I think it will be a lot happier. So yes. And then we have a regular hardly philodendron. It's nothing to say about it. It's just cute and it's been doing well. And yeah, like that's it. I love it. I hope to fill it in a bit more, but it's like perfect this way as well. Then on the other side of the kitchen we have that window with a lot of sun. And we have this cactus that we got gifted by someone when we picked up other like pots. I think we got like a bunch of terracotta pots. And they were like, do you want a cactus? And we were like, I guess. And we got a free cactus. Don't love it. It's fun though. Like it's nice to have like another plant here. Then we have a bunch of succulents and cacti. This is one of those other plants that we got from the ground of the garden center. And it has taken a long ass time, but look, it's rooted. Has a new baby growing. It's also rotting at the same time, so I don't know if this will be okay, but I actually need to fill it up with a bit more water. That is taking very long time. Yes. I probably should refresh the water as well, but it's okay for now. So yes, that's the few plants that we have here. Then here we have our balcony. It's not that like full now because it's obviously still winter. There's some plants growing into our strawberry bins. We have strawberries in these. I hope they will grow again. Definitely need to take the flowers out. I've been thinking of repotting them. Oh, let's go focus. Yeah. Then in this one there are blueberries and gooseberries. And this one has 2 raspberry types, which honestly I haven't loved them last year. They aren't that sweet. I love raspberries, but these weren't that sweet. And then in this one we had like tomatoes last year, and they're like 1 year crops, so like they will not grow again this year. And we had like a bunch here as well. We had like beets, I think they failed. Like we tried so many. We got like the cheap starters, like not the seed, but like the tiny plants, and they all failed because like in the midst of the summer we went away for a few weeks to visit my partner's family, and they all basically died because of lack of watering. It was so hot here. So yeah, it's a bit sad, but it's also okay. You learn, you know, like that's with gardening. It's especially outside gardening as well. You learn. And here we had some herbs. We had Moroccan mint, and I think, yeah, this is rosemary. And I would love to get some rosemary again. Maybe this one will still grow in. I don't know. We'll see. And otherwise we'll just get new, because it's so nice to have like herbs that you grow yourself. And if these strawberries don't grow in again, like they were really cheap from like organic grower that literally we got on Marktplaats, which is like Craigslist, I guess. Like I think international people understand what it is. It's like secondhand, like website for, I think it was like 50 euros per like plant bunch. 50 euros. 50 cents, euro cents. So yeah, that was all okay. And they were so nice. Like I really want those exact ones again. So yes. So that's our plant collection. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, if you would like to know something about the apartment as well, I'd love to tell you more. We're really lucky to have such a spacious apartment in Amsterdam, and to have all this space for plants specifically. Bye! As I was filming the intro, I realized that I completely missed this plant, and I'm so sorry. little Pofus and Joy. You're so gorgeous. You don't really love us that much because we don't water you enough, because you're all the way up there and only only my partner can water you, and that's okay. You're still alive and shining here in our kitchen. I'm so happy that we have a plant here. And it's okay, you know, like it does get smushed a bit, but it doesn't seem to mind too much. Like plants are resilient. It's okay. Yes.